So, Dawntrail's come out, and you want to know how your favorite classes fared in all the changes? Well, look no further, for we have all the answers right here. Beginning with probably my favorite class, Blackmage. What happened to our dear Blackmage? Well, at first glance, everything looks the same. The gauge is the same, and we're missing sharp cast. That's fine, Although that's the only button removed, the rest of Blackmage has actually been changed pretty drastically. The first thing being Thunder, or all of your Thunder spells. It's been revamped completely. Now you can only cast Thunder after you switch elements. When you switch to Fire or Ice, you get a buff called Thunderhead. This lasts 30 seconds and allows you to cast Thunder spells, all of which are instant cast now and use no MP. The potencies of these attacks have also been increased a lot, with your initial Thunder spell at level 6 increasing to a potency of 120 and a dot potency of 40 for 24 seconds, a massive buff. Thunder 2 has been increased to 60 potency with a 30 potency dot for 18 seconds, Thunder 3 has been increased to 160 potency with a 45 potency dot for 27 seconds, and finally Thunder 4 has been increased to 80 potency with a 35 potency dot for 21 seconds. And that's all the Thunder changes. As for the rest of the potency changes, well, Blizzard 2 has had its potency reduced from 100 to 80, and this goes to Fire 2 as well. Blizzard 3 and Fire 3 has had its potency increased from 260 to 280. High Fire 2 and Blizzard 2 have had their potencies decreased from 140 to 100, and Flare has been increased to do 240 potency, but no longer has it increased damage from the enhanced Flare buff, which has been completely removed from all your Fire AoE attacks. And that's it for all the potency changes, lots to cover there, but now let's get on to the more mechanical stuff. The entire way your Ice Phase works now has been changed. If you look down at my mana bar, it's no longer getting massive MP regeneration inside the Ice Phase. Now you get mana back from using ice attacks. If we have a look at the traits, we can see how it works. While casting an ice spell in your Ice Phase, you gain 2,500 MP if you have 1 stack of ice, 5,000 MP if you have 2 stacks of ice, and 10,000 MP if you have 3 stacks of ice. So this means you'll be guaranteed to get all your mana back in higher levels just by pressing Blizzard 4. So not actually too big of a change to your rotation anyway, it just seems like a drastic change on the surface. Furthermore, Umbral's Soul now gives you mana back as well, so you can still stay in your Ice Phase and regen mana during downtime. More changes are still to be covered though. If you have a look at mana font here, it seems a bit different, right? I have a full mana bar now after all. Well, yeah, it's been completely revamped. Now it fully restores MP, grants Astral Fire 3, grants Thunderhead, 3 Umbral Hearts, and Paradox. So yeah, it's essentially a button which allows you to do your entire Fire Phase again without ever going to your Ice Phase. It's now got a recast time of 100 seconds, at least past level 84 anyway. Beforehand, it still got 120 seconds. Finally, yes, there is one last change before post level 90 stuff. Paradox has been changed. You now obtain Paradox if and only if you switch to your Fire Phase while you have 3 stacks of Umbral Souls and 3 stacks of Ice. Now Paradox is an instant cast 500 potency attack in your Fire Phase, which refreshes Astral Fire and grants Firestarter 100% of the time, allowing the use of Fire free every single time. However, because of this change, Paradox no longer exists in your Ice Phase, unfortunately. Alright, are we done? Yes? Wow, that was a lot to cover. Alright, so what happens past level 90? Well, at level 92, you get Thunder Mastery 3, which upgrades Thunder to High Thunder, I feel like it should say Thunder 3, and Thunder 4 to High Thunder 4. Everyone make sure to say High to Thunder 4. As you've probably guessed, these are potency increases with different animations. High Thunder being 200 potency, with a 55 potency dot for 30 seconds, and High Thunder 4 going to 100 potency with a 40 potency dot for 24 seconds. At level 94, as is the norm with casting classes, you'll get Enhanced Swift Cast, reducing Swift Cast from 60 seconds to 40 seconds. At level 96, you'll get Enhanced Ley Lines, which does exactly what it sounds like, yes. Using Retrace, you can weave your ley lines anew, relocating your ley lines once per use. Pretty powerful stuff. Also, at level 96, you get Enhanced Enochian. which increases your magic damage by 30% from the previous 23%. At level 98, you get Enhanced Adel, increasing the length of Adel from 10 seconds to 15 seconds, and you get Enhanced Polyglot 2, which allows for a third stack of Polyglot, so more Xenoglosses in the burst phase. Very nice. Finally, at level 100, you get Enhanced Astral Fire. Upon using Fire Force 6 times, or Flare twice, you'll get 6 stacks of Astral Soul. This allows you to use Flare Star, a 400 potency fire damage attack, which is now your fire finisher, dealing more damage than Despair. Pretty cool stuff. And that's all for Blackmage. Lots to cover there, I know. Lots of potency changes and minor tweaks. I don't think the class changed too much though. It still looks really fun to play, and I'm excited to get into it at high levels. Alright, on to Summoner now. First thing is that Searing Light has been changed to increase party damage by 5% rather than 3%, but now lasts for 20 seconds rather than 30, just to keep it the same as all the other red-white buff abilities. And believe it or not, that is all the changes below level 90. Stark difference from Blackmage, I know. So, on to level 92, you get Enhanced Faster, which upgrades Faster to Necrotize at 420 potency weave rather than 340. At level 92, you get Enhanced Swiftcast, decreasing the recast time from 60 to 40 seconds, and you also get Arcane Mastery, increasing the potency of, like, all your attacks. At level 96, you get Enhanced Searing Light, which grants Ruby's Glimmer afterwards, which allows you to use Searing Flash, a 600 potency weave. At level 98, you get Enhanced Adel, increasing the time from 10 seconds to 15 seconds, like usual. And finally, at level 100, you get Enhanced Summon Bahamut 2, which allows the summoning of Solar Bahamut, your big new summon. Solar Bahamut will work on 2-minute intervals, so will always be inside of your burst phase. It will be available as your first big summon, turning into Demi Bahamut after 1 minute, which then turns back into Solar Bahamut after that next minute, then turning into Phoenix on the 3rd minute, and then on the 4th minute again turning back into Solar Bahamut. When using Solar Bahamut, your main GCD gets turned into Umbral Impulse, while your AoE gets turned into Umbral Flare. When it's out, you can use Sunflare, the alternative to Death Flare, and rather than enkindle Bahamut, ordering it to use Ekmarn, you can now enkindle Solar Bahamut, ordering it to use Exodus. And while Solar Bahamut is out, it will use Lux Wave auto attacks during its time out. Finally, after pressing Solar Bahamut, it grants you Refulgent Lux, which allows you to use Lux Solarisis, a 500 potency cure for the whole party. And that's all for Summoner. Pretty much a new weave and a new summon, which I can only imagine is just an even more massive Bahamut. Alright, let's move on to Redmage. First change is with Manification. This now grants 3 stacks of magic swordplay rather than granting 50 white and 50 black mana. This means you don't have to worry about your gauge overspilling when you get ready to use Manification anymore. Magic Swordplay works the way you'd expect it to, letting you use your slashy combo attack without using 50 mana to do so. There's a new spell, Jolt Free, which you unlock at level 84. It replaces Jolt 2 and deals 360 potency now. Finally, Enhanced Moulinet is pretty damn cool now. Your AoE slashy attack now transforms through 3 attacks on use, progressing to Enhanced Moulinet 2 and Enhanced Moulinet 3 upon execution. This also now lets the Moulinet combo only costs 50 mana rather than the previous 60. And that's all the pre-level 90 changes. So what happens towards level 100? At level 92 you get Enhanced Embolden, which grants Thorned Flourish. This allows you to use Vice of Thorns, an off GCD attack with 700 potency to use during your burst phase. At level 94, you get Enhanced Swiftcast, reducing recast time from 60 to 40 seconds, and you get Enhanced Blade Mastery, increasing a lot of your potencies. At level 96, you get Enhanced Acceleration 2, which now grants Grand Impact Ready. Jolt Free and Impact then change to Grand Impact, a 600 potency attack which increases your manas by 3. This will most likely be the button you click after every acceleration from now on with that massive potency. At level 98, you get Enhanced Adel, increasing its duration from 10 seconds to 15 seconds, and then finally, at level 100, you get Enhanced Manification 3, which grants Prefulgence when you consume all stacks of Manification. Manification then changes to Prefulgence and allows you to use this 900 potency off GCD attack, which is pretty damn strong. And that's all the changes to Redmage, and to all the caster classes. Obviously I'm not going to cover Pictomancer in this video, as that somewhat deserves a whole video on its own, and you can't really have new class changes to your class if your entire class is new. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed. What do you think of the changes? Any new favorite classes? Any classes you've ditched because of the changes? Let me know, and I'll catch you in the next video. Oh my god! Fucking gaming, let's go! That's the first time I've ever done that. Alright, cool.